ಪರಶುರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೀನಿ. 29 ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 2025ಕ್ಕೆ ನಡೀತಕ್ಕಂಥ SSLC ಸಮಾಜ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ದವ್ರಿಗಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕೀ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇದು 2, 3, 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 2 ಪಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ದ ಕಾಸಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರಿ ಆಫ್ ಅ ನ್ಯೂ ಸಿ ರೂಟ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಇನ್ 1453 ದ Ottoman Turks captured Constantinople. The Turks controlled the trade routes. They imposed too many taxes. Trade became unprofitable. European rulers encouraged the sailors. The invention of compass, astrolabe, and gunpowder supported them. Main to second question, explain how Martanda Varma chakra the Dutch. Raja Martanda Varma was the ruler of the Vaynada. He shifted his capital from Padmanabhapuram to Tiruvananthapuram. He defeated the Dutch idea of trade monopoly over pepper. He controlled surrounding areas against Dutch. He captured Nedumangala and Kattarkar trading centers. Dutch declared war but were defeated. The Dutch suffered huge losses. Cochin became the center of spice trade. Finally the Dutch forces surrendered antakantadu ittu. Most repeated question, explain the causes and results of the battle of Plassey. ಕಾಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಮಿಸ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಸ್ತಕಾಸ್, ಮೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್, ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ರೂಮ್ ಟ್ರೆಜಡಿ. ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ದಿಸ್ ವಾರ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಔಟ್ ದ ಇಮ್ಮೊರಲಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುನಿಟಿ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಮೀರ್ ಜಾಫರ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ದ ನವಾಬ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೆಂಗಾಲ್. ದ ಕಂಪನಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬೆಂಗಾಲ್. ಮೀರ್ ಜಾಫರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಪೇ ₹17 crores and 70 lakhs to the British. In a Buxar, what are the results of the Battle of Buxar? Shah Alam II gave Diwani rights to Bengal to the British. He gave away all the rights over Bengal for ₹26 lakhs. The Nawab of Oudh had to pay ₹50 lakhs. The British took over the entire administration of Bengal. The British got the power over Bihar, Bengal, Odisha provinces. Robert Clive introduced dual government in Bengal. The British gained political control over India. Fifth question, what were the conditions of subsidiary alliances? The kings had to keep the British army in their kingdom. He had to bear the army expenses. A British resident would stay in his court. The king could not appoint any other European. The king could not enter any agreement with any Indian state. In return, English would protect the state antakanta bardre saku. Next question, how did Doctrine of Plassey support the expansion of British Empire in India? Dalhousie adopted the Doctrine of Plassey policy. According to this policy, if any Indian ruler died childless, his adopted children had not legal right over the throne. Such a state was merged with the British Empire. Princely states like Satara, Nagpur, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Jhansi, Jaipur came under this policy. Next question, what were the effects of British land taxes? Zamindars exploited the farmers. The farmers became landless. Land became a commodity. Zamindaras mortgaged their lands. Agriculture became commercialized. The many leaders became strong antakantadu ittu. In a most impacted question, important, make a list the effects of British education in India. Indian courts develop modernity, secularism, democratic ideals. Local languages got importance. It promoted unity in thinking. Periodicals were started, developed critical opinions. Social and religious reformation were started. The world freedom struggles influenced the Indians. Indians could understand their rich tradition. The thoughts of J.S. Mill, Rousseau and Montesquieu brought fresh thinking, created a new generation of Indians with progressive attitudes. Next question, what are the restrictions imposed in the Regulating Act of 1773? The Bengal Presidency gained control over Madras and Bombay presidencies. The Governor of Bengal became the Governor General. The Governor General could direct, control and supervise them. Other presidencies could not declare war or enter into peace agreements without approval of the Governor General of Bengal. Supreme Court was established in Calcutta. Next question, what are the important features of Indian Council Act of 1908? The members of Central Legislature were increased. The members were provincial legislature were also increased. Elections were started. separate electorate for Muslims were created. What were the important features of 1919 Act? ಇಲ್ಲಿ bicameral legislature was formed, diarchy was formed in provinces, high, high commissioner was appointed, local governments got importance, provincial budget was separated from central budget, separate electorate for Sikhs, Anglo-Indian and European was created. Move to next question. How does the Indian Government Act of 1935 became the base of Indian Constitution? A federal system was formed, diarchy was established, RBI was established, autonomy was given to provinces, the federal court was established. Most of the provisions in the Indian Constitution are based on this act. It formed responsible government by Indians. Next question. What are the achievements of Chikadevaraja Vadiyara? Efficient soldier and administrator, checked the invasion of Shivaji, purchased Bengaluru from the Mughals. He had the titles like Karnataka, Kavi Chakravarti and Navakoti Narayana, started the Council of Ministers, started the postal system, constructed a dam of Kaveri. Chikadevaraja and Doddadevaraja canal were also constructed. He had patronized many poets like Tirumalarya and Sanchi Hannamma. Next question. What were the achievements of Krishna Raja Vadiyara 4? Answer is Krishna Raja Vadiyara 4 abolished fees in primary schools, helped girls' education, started the Mysore University, started scholarships. The Indian Institute of Science was established at Bengaluru. New railway lines were laid. Iron and steel factory at Bhadravati. Sugar, soap, sandal, oil, cement, paper factories were started. He encouraged musicians like Shama Shastri, Veena, Sheshana, Muttaya, Bhagwatara, Vasudevacharya, T. Chaudhaya and others. Mysuru became a model state. Mahatma Gandhiji called him as Rajarshi. Explain the method of resisting a British power of Dondia Wagh. Dondia Wagh was called as a Wagh due to his bravery. He built a small army, captured Baidanuru and Shivamogga ports. Because of British, he ran away towards Gutti. When Nizam of Hyderabad attacked Gutti, he escaped to Maratha region. Maratha army captured his horses, camels, arms. The British attacked him for all the directions. Later he was killed at Konagal. How was Queen Channamma remained ideal person till today? Channamma, adopted by Sivalingappa, started ruling Kitturu. The British wanted Kitturu under doctrine of Plassey. They tried to take over the treasury and port. Channamma prepared for the war. Next, Thackeray was shot dead. But the British attacked Kittur again, but Channamma was captured and imprisoned at Bailhongal port. 17th question is to explain the method adopted to Rayana to fight the British. Rayana was a brave soldier, fought for the independence of Kitturu, fought with Rani Channamma and was imprisoned, developed nationalism, organized secret meetings, looted the treasury and offices. The British cunningly captured him and hanged him at Nandagada. 18th question. Explain the rebellion of Bedas of Halagali. Halagali is a small village of Mudhol Taluku. In 1857, British banned the uses of weapons. The Bedas were good hunters. They refused to surrender guns. They rebelled against the British. Bedas of Matturu, Bodani and Alagundi were also joined. The British army entered Halagali village. They captured and hanged the Bedas. What were the preachings of the Brahmo Samaja? Ram Mohan Rai founded the Brahmo Samaja. He has been called the father of Indian Renaissance. He strongly opposed sati and child marriage. Lord William Bentinck prohibited of the sati system. He started a newspaper in Bengali called Samvada Komudi, opposed exploitation of women, child marriage and polygamy, sati system, widow system. Next, ideal worship, advocated equality, widow marriage, English education, women's education and monotheism. 20th question. Explain the reforms propagated by the Satyashodhaka Samaja. Jyotiba Phule was the founder. He believed that freedom is the basic necessity, opposed gender inequality, denial of human rights, exploitation and untouchability, started movement for social justice, demanded the prohibition of liquor, opposed slavery of Shudras and Dalitas. He advocated free and compulsory education, established schools for girls. He tried to create a society based on equality. He wrote a book, Gulamagiri. He inspired Shahu Maharaja and Ambedkar. Pule's wife Savitribai Pule too worked for the Satyashodhaka Samaja. 21st question. What are the contribution of Swami Vivekananda to the society? Swami Vivekananda founded a Ramakrishna mission. He wanted to propagate the ideals of his teacher Ramakrishna Paramahansa. He aimed to spread the quality of all religions. He opposed caste system and exploitation. He tried to free India from poverty and illiteracy, inspired the love for life, advocated prayer, yoga, and services. He gave importance to education and social service. He participated in Chicago World Religions Conference in 1893, introduced Indian culture to the world. 22nd question. What were the reformation activities of Annie Besant? Madame Blavatsky and Colonel H.S. Alcott were the founders of Theosophical Society. Annie Besant started the activities of Theosophical Society in India. She supported Indian culture and universal brotherhood, advocated equality and harmony in the society. She started a newspaper, New India. She started Home Rule movement. She participated in the freedom struggle of India. She became a president of Indian National Congress in 1917. She contributed to Indian philosophy and the freedom struggle. Move to next question. Explain the contribution of Sri Narayana Guru Dharma Paripalana Yogam. Sri Narayana Guru Dharma Paripalana Yogam. Sri Narayana Guru started Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam in Kerala. It aimed to strengthen the backward and exploited communities. They were not allowed to use tanks, roads and schools. They were not allowed to wear footwear. No basic human rights. He advocated one caste, one religion and one God for all human beings. He supported education to achieve his goal. He built alternative temples. He started Vaikam Satyagraha movement demanding entry for Shiva temple. Gandhiji and Periyara also participated in this movement. He also started Guruvayuru temple and Tari Satyagraha. 24 question. Explain the economic reasons for 1857 revolt. Industrial revolution took place in England. Indian industries suffered. People lost their jobs. Handicrafts lost importance. Wool and cloth industries became sick. Imposed heavy taxes. Exploitation of farmers. Gifted lands were taken back. Move to 25th question. 1857 revolt was failed due to many reasons. Explain. Lack of plan, lack of unity, lack of direction, lack of organization, lack of leadership, lack of discipline, lacked a defined aim. King supported the British. People lost their confidence, the soldiers. 26. What were the results of or effects in 1857 revolt? The agreements with the local kings were accepted. Explanation plans were taken back. Stable government was promised. Equality before the law. Non-interference in religious matters. The rules of company was ended. The Queen of England took over the administration. 27th question. Explain the role of extremists in the Indian freedom movement. Criticized moderates as a political beggars. Lal Balpal were leaders. Opposed division of Bengal. Aimed at complete freedom. Boycotted the foreign goods. Tilka declared, Swarajya is my British birthright. Organized the common people. Celebrated Ganesha, Shivaji and Durga Puja. Started Kesari and Maratha periodicals. Wrote a book, Gita Rahasya. 28. Explain the role of Subhash Chandra Bose in the freedom movement of India. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was a revolutionary fighter. He organized the Indians, became the president of Haripura and Tripura Congress session. He founded Forward Bloc Party. British arrested him. He became the leader of Indian National Army in Japan. He called for Delhi Chalo. He declared, give me your blood, I will get you freedom. But he was died in aeroplane crash. Ras Bihari Bose established Indian National Army. Captain Lakshmi was the commandant of Jhansi Regiment. 29. How did revolutionary fight against the British during the national movement? Wanted complete freedom, followed violent methods, established secret associations, Abhinav Bharata and Anushilana Samiti, collected weapons and money, used bombs and guns. Bhagat Singh, Azad, V.D. Savarkar were leaders, wanted freedom quickly. 30th question. What are the contributions of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in the national movement of India? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar opposed the caste system. He organized the Mahad and Kalara movements, participated in round table conferences, founded Bahishkruta Hitakarini Sabha, Republican Party of India, started periodicals Janata Mukhanayaka. He became the chairman of Constitution Drafting Committee. He was the first Law Minister of independent India. He was honored with Bharat Ratna Award. 31. Explain the major achievements of Nehru as the first Prime Minister of India. Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. He achieved integration of India. He worked for reorganization of states. He introduced 5-year plans, encouraged mixed economy, architect of industrialization and modern India. He promoted atomic energy. He advocated non-alignment movement. He also advocated Panchashila principles. 32. What were the problems faced by India after independence? Problem of refugees, communal rights, formation of government, integration of province, production of food, development of agriculture, growth of industry. 33. How was Junagadh merged with Indian Union? The king of Junagadh wanted to merge his province with Pakistan. People came on its streets against the king. The king filed the kingdom. On the request, Diwan Indian army was sent to Junagadh. Junagadh was merged with Indian in 1949. 34 question. How was Goa liberated from Portuguese? The people demanded the Portuguese to give up Goa. Portuguese brought additional troops from Africa and Europe, tried to suppress the movement. Satyagrahis of India gathered at Goa. Goa liberation movement was started. In 1961, the Indian army took Goa under the control. Last question in this video. Analyze the causes of World War I. Extreme competition among European countries, rivalry